Hey guys, welcome to Telling the Told and Untold. My name is Tshego. So today's video is going to be a bit different. A couple of months ago, I released a video and it was called the Sizzlers Massacre. I'll put the link in the description box and I'll also put it up here in the eye. I'm not sure which side is on, but I'll also put it up there. And this is basically just a follow-up of that case. In the past 2 months, I've received various emails from the family members of the victims, which is why I'm releasing this video today. So basically, I'm just going to give a recap of what happened in that case. But if you want to watch it and just get more of the details and understand the different stories and everything, I do highly suggest that you watch the video to just get a better understanding and understand the severity of this case. On the 20th of January 2003 in Sea Point, Cape Town, 10 people were brutally attacked, and they were as young as 17 years old, and this was in a queer escort club. Warren Visser, Quentin Taylor, owner Aubrey Otgar, Sergio De Castro, Morris Meyer, Travis Rieder, Timothy Boyd, Stephanus Fauch, Johan Meyer, and Gregory Bach-Hayes were tied up with their hands and feet behind their backs, their throats slit, and were each shot in the head execution style. Miraculously, Quentin Taylor survived this ordeal and he managed to run to a nearby garage and get help. 9 people were brutally murdered that day. Adam Roy Wost and Trevor Basil were both charged for the murders, but it was eventually just ruled a robbery gone wrong. But some people just don't believe this. If you watch the video that I covered on this case, there are various theories as to why this crime happened. The first one is that it was a hate crime, because obviously these people belong to the LGBTQIA+ community, and this was back in 2003, and obviously today things still aren't that great, but it was worse back then, so that's one of the reasons. The second one is that it was a robbery, and the third one is just competition from other escort agencies in the area, but the reasons why Trevor and Adam committed these crimes are still unknown today. Adam and Trevor were both sentenced to 9 life sentences, an additional 20 years for the attempted murder of Quentin Taylor, 15 years for armed robbery, 3 years for the possession of illegal firearms, as well as 2 years for the possession of illegal ammunition. So basically, they were just sentenced for the rest of their lives. You must remember that they were sentenced for the remainder of their lives. In 2008, Trevor Basil passed away from a heart attack, and Adam Wost was still serving his sentence. So why I'm filming this today is because Adam Roy Wost is eligible for parole, which is mind-blowing. He was sentenced to so many years, and he's eligible for parole. This is possible because Adam falls under the category of prisoners who are eligible for parole after only serving 20 years in prison. Other credits like good behavior has reduced that to 12 years and 4 months, and obviously Adam has been in prison since 2003-4 if I'm not mistaken, and that's a long time. But somehow, after having murdered 9 people in cold blood, he might be allowed back on the streets. So basically what was said is that the offender was sentenced on March 16th, 2004 and was therefore due to be considered for parole on March 16th, 2016. As per the applicable law at the time, his minimum detention period is 12 years and 4 months. The families of these victims are in disbelief, they're hurt, they're confused, because how can this man be eligible for parole? It just doesn't make sense. It's confusing, and I'm also confused. I don't understand. Personally, I don't understand what's happening. I try not to give my personal opinion in most videos that I do, but obviously I feel my facial expressions will probably say something different. But I do think that it is important that we hear about this case and try and do something about it. I think it's very easy for us to forget that, you know, these are real cases, these are real people, the people have lost their loved ones. And yeah, at the end of it, we finish the video and kind of continue on with our lives. But these are the things that people live with every day, having lost like their son, their friend, their brother in such a horrible way. Adam is not remorseful. He does not care. One of the victims' mothers said that she would often like go visit them in prison just to like understand why they murdered her son. And Trevor was remorseful. Trevor, like, he felt guilty about it. He would apologize. And Adam, on the other hand, he really didn't care. He still doesn't care. I feel like he's a psychopath because he murdered people in cold blood and he doesn't care. And for some reason, he might be allowed back onto our streets to walk amongst us after he tied 10 people up, slit their throats, and shot them in the head execution style. Do you understand how brutal that is? It's painful. And he shouldn't be eligible for parole, but for some reason he is. Judge Nathan Erasmus in 2004 said, after having sentenced both Adam Roy Wost and Trevor Basil Thies, one does not automatically come into consideration for parole. A life sentence means that the potential exists for the accused to spend the rest of his life in prison. I believe the victims of crime and their families are equally important. The time has come for the interests of the victims to carry more weight. Some groups are under the impression that the Constitution is only there to ensure the rights of the accused. Then he said to both of them, "Your deeds against your fellow men were callous. Your remorse cannot be real and is probably self-pity. The crimes represent unequaled barbarism. It was pure brutality. You systematically tortured and murdered 9 people." Lee, the sister of one of the victims, Warren Fisser, has started a petition, and this petition, alongside other things, will be given to the parole board before they decide whether Adam can be released or not. And the families have asked that obviously I tell you guys more about what's happening, give you guys a follow-up, but more than that, that you guys just take 5 minutes of your time to please sign this petition and just help ensure that Adam stays behind bars where he belongs. The link for the petition will be down in the description box, as well as the video of this case if you do want to watch it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.